Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you guys how to make this amazing romantic dinner. Last month was my husband and I anniversary, so I went ahead and surprised him with this absolutely delicious dinner. So if you guys would like to see it, keep on watching and let's jump right into it. To get started, we're starting by making our strawberry poke cake. I do have a recipe which I will link down below. I'm using a Pillsbury white cake powder and I'm adding 3 eggs and some vegetable oil in there. Now you can just follow the direction on the box to make the cake. Then we're going to bake it on 350 until it's nice and ready. And guys, these are my social media names. You can follow me if you haven't followed your girl, so do so. Now once the cake is nice and ready, we're going to pop it in the oven for whatever is on the box. I think 30 minutes. Once it is done, it should look like this, nice and golden brown. I use a little skewer to poke the cake just to make sure it's cooked through. Once it is done, we're going to let it cool down. Then we can add the filling and everything else on there. Moving on, while my cake is getting cool in the fridge, I am starting by making this absolutely delicious mashed potatoes. I am using russet potatoes. As you guys can see, I added some salt to my water. We're going to peel the potatoes. I'm using 3, and when I tell you this mashed potato recipe, it is absolutely wonderful. It melts in your mouth. Just try this out and let me know what you guys think. I promise you guys will love it. Okay, I promise you guys will love it. Now once you're done peeling off all of your potatoes, make sure to cut them into small size and the exact same size so they all can cook at the same time. Then we're going to wash out the starch from the potatoes. Okay, that's how you're gonna get that nice and white potato salad. Okay, so now we're going to add it to the boiling water until it's nice and cooked. It didn't really take me a long time for the potatoes to cook because they're cut fairly small. Now once my potatoes are nice and done and tender, I am going to pour the hot water and start making it's like a sauce but not really for the potatoes. So I added some heavy cream with some whole milk. Then we're going to add some rosemary leaves in there, or sprigs. Then we're going to add some cloves in there. Okay, 1 garlic cloves, just add that in there. You can cut them into bite size if you like and just add it in there. Then boom, all the flavor from the rosemary and the garlic is infused into that milk. Then we're going to pour it into our potato. Okay, we're not going to add too much ground black pepper because it's gonna make it look a little weird, blackish looking. So I added a little dashes of the black pepper and salt. Then we're going to add the milk in. Okay, we're going to use a hand mixer to mix the potato to make the mashed potato. You can use a masher to mash the potatoes if you like, but I like it nice and creamy and smooth, so I use a hand mixer. Okay, and when I tell you, this is absolutely the best creamy, so buttery, and I added some butter in there as well, guys. You will see that if you don't see it, but just know I added some butter in there. It tastes absolutely delicious. Let me tell you, try it out, please. You will enjoy it. Now I have some garlic bread that I am going to make. So I'm using about 2 garlic cloves with parsley, Italian parsley. We're going to chop that up very finely. Also, you can see I have the butter on my side, which is unsalted, and we have some French bread there as well. French baguette, okay, that we're going to add the butter onto. Now mix everything together just like that. Add the garlic and the parsley, mix it up. Make sure your butter is room temperature or softened so it can be nice and spread out onto your bread. Now it's time for me to cut up my bread. Oh, that knife was not working for me. So we're going to cut them very small, and then we're going to add the butter onto the bread. I love garlic bread, guys. If you're a big fan of garlic bread, let me know down below. Especially the one from Little Caesars. They're not garlic bread, they are garlic bread, but I love, love, love garlic bread. So I decided to make some for him and for me too. As you guys can see, I'm pregnant and I eat everything, so yeah. And he loves garlic bread, so that's why I decided to make it. That's one of his favorite appetizer. So we're going to spread the butter just like that on both sides, by the way. Then we're going to place it in the oven for about 10 minutes. And let me tell you, these melts in your mouth. They're so buttery, so good, so fluffy. Ooh, so good. Once they're done, this is basically what they looks like. We're going to set them aside while we get the rest of the food ready. Now I have the asparagus. You guys know I love asparagus, and I make this plenty of time before. All you have to do with them is wash them out, cut the ends, okay? Make sure you cut that rough part, the end, just like that. Now we're going to drizzle some olive oil onto this skillet right here. Then we're going to add our asparagus in there, but I added some of that garlic butter in as well. So the olive oil with the garlic butter, then we can add the asparagus. I was trying to get dinner ready, so if you see me away, I'm probably doing something else at the same time. So now I added some salt and pepper, and of course I'm adding a little bit of the dry pepper flakes with some of the soy sauce, and also I went ahead and add some complete seasoning as well, because I love the flavor of it on greens. Basically, once my asparagus are nice and cooked and soft, because I like them really soft, like extremely soggy, flimsy. So once they were done, I set them aside. Moving on, I'm using 2 lobster tail. These were so small. I ordered everything on Instacart, so I didn't know what they looked like until they arrived. If I went to the store, I would have get the huge big one. Well, I did actually. They didn't have it, so they bring me this one instead. But it's quarantine. So we're going to remove the meat, not all the way, just like that for presentation. Then we're going to season the lobster tail with salt, pepper, and I believe I added Creole seasoning, not sure, and some Old Bay. So y'all see me do lobster tail before, which I do have a awesome recipe of lobster tail, which I will leave down below. All of those recipe, all of the thing that I use here, I probably have a recipe for them already, so I will leave them in the description box. Here I'm using the Island Vibe cooking. I no longer have the Island Vibe cooking available, but you can use the Creole seasoning or whatever seasoning you like to use on your lobster tail. Now once they're done, this is what they look like. I added some of the garlic butter on there, and basically that is how I eat it once it was done.